Hey.
Oh wow, that was really going on long there.
Oh man. What's up, Serena?
Not much.
Cool.
Just tired.
Cool.
Yeah. What's
What's
up with you?
Oh, nothing. Also tired, kind of.
It is a dreary day
Just
here.
a really gross week
Yeah.
here. So
Mm-hmm.
just chilling. What song have you been listening to?
Picture to Burn.
Picture to Burn.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I went to Nashville over the
Yes.
past few days, so I was just feeling like I wanted to listen to some country Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And Picture to Burn is just
twang.
just one of my faves.
I love that. It's my
This-
go-to karaoke song.
That's a great karaoke song.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Good choice. I was listening to it like on the plane
Yeah.
and just
Getting in the yeehaw spirit.
exactly. It was pretty good.
Crazy how good that song is.
Yeah. What song have you been listening to?
Snow on the Beach featuring Lana.
Okay, because I also was listening to that on the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not very country.
It's not very country, but
It was like quite literally the last song I listened to when I pulled up to your house. And it's just been stuck in my
it's one that kind of just crawls in and stays there.
her little like Lana's new vocals are like da-na-na-na-na-na.
And they're incredible. I got AirPod Maxes. I gifted myself them for my birthday.
Nice.
And the sound on them is insane. So my flight was the first time I had like really, really used them. And there are things and songs I had never heard before.
Wow.
Until I,
That's
listened
wild.
to
I
it.
need good headphones.
Yeah.
Because the ones I'm wearing right now suck.
Yeah, the ones
Bad.
I'm wearing right now also suck, and they're extremely uncomfortable. But I can't wear the Maxes when we record because they're wireless, and wireless
Oh, interesting.
doesn't mesh well with this process.
Blows my mind that wireless headphones don't also come with a
Yeah, they have
thing.
no.
Like, can those be wireless?
These can be wireless, but they
Yeah.
have the plug-in.
Hmm.
Those have no plug-in.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's Apple for you though.
Of course it is. They gotta do everything different.
Yep.
Gotta be.
They got to be difficult.
Oh my god.
That's like they changed the charger on the phones,
Mhm.
and I have the newest phone. So my friends are always like, "Can I use your charger?" And I'm like, "I'm really sorry, no,
You can try, but you're not gonna succeed.
it's not gonna work."
It's so annoying.
Oh gosh,
Give
what
it
do-
a couple years.
Yeah, and then everybody will have that, or
Exactly.
they'll go back, or they'll change it again, or whatever. It's fine. What are we doing today?
We are thinking into the future.
We're gonna
We're
talk.
gonna think about the track list of the Torture Post Department and probably get it wrong, but we're gonna talk about what we think maybe the songs are about or what they sound like.
Yeah, I'm like
Because I think when this comes out, it'll be like a month
To the
until
day.
Yeah. I
wow.
think it's something around there, yeah.
I think you're right.
So, listen, in 1 month, we're going to have the album, and we're going to be wrong for sure, but
I can't believe that we are getting 20 new Taylor Swift songs. Like, it feels fake to me.
it always feels fake when this happens. I feel like.
But especially this, like, hyper productive era that she's in. It blows my mind still.
yeah.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
Anyway, first song, Fortnite. What are you thinking?
Oh, wow.
What are your thoughts?
Here's the thing. I don't have a lot of thoughts. So, because it's just hard to conceptualize, like, literally anything. Let me see here. I have a note. Can I even find it?
Maybe.
Sure I can. Oh, here's the thing. I wrote nothing for that song.
Because you don't know. I mean, a fortnight is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're looking at some sort of 2 week time period, I'm going to assume. I'm wondering if maybe it was like 2 weeks they weren't speaking.
Like the first 2 weeks of tour.
Or like, yeah, the first 2 weeks of tour is a possibility. Or just like maybe they like took a break and then we have like 2 weeks of like, what are we going to do?
Or she's like, I'm leaving in 2 weeks. Get your shit together and come with me.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. We've been apart for 2 weeks, or like this is happening in 2 weeks. Or it could have nothing to do with 2 weeks. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it's about the game.
The game?
Fortnite.
Oh. The Super Bowl. It's like, what?
No, it's spelled differently than the game
different.
Fortnite, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one,
Does Post Malone write his own music?
I believe he does.
Like, I'm just wondering if he helped write the song.
I believe he does write his own music.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he's probably going to have at least a writing credit. How much he contributed, who knows, but
Yeah. Or like, will he have a whole verse?
I hope
So too.
I'm
I think so.
excited to hear their voices together.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's like the opening track, so so many things. Like, what's it gonna sound like when you hit play? Like, is it gonna be like oh, or is it gonna be like oh, or is it gonna be like
I don't know. I'm
like, so hard.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna set the tone. It's gonna give us the vibe.
And opening track is really, there's a lot.
Yeah, if you think of like Lavender Haze.
Yeah,
the one. I forgot that you existed.
Because she has some really good opening tracks.
Some
like
really
good ones.
Yeah.
And it's got to compete. And I'm just scared.
I'm scared too.
I don't know.
Okay. Next we have the title track, The Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah.
We haven't had a title track since Evermore, which wasn't that long ago, but
2 albums ago.
2 albums ago. But I typically like a title track for the most part.
Yeah.
Across the board, I like the title tracks. So
I don't know that I do. I like when an album is just called something that like has to do with the theme of it, but not necessarily like the title.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's fine. I'm not like mad about it. But
I
also wrote down like, you know, on the back of the CD it has like those words that say like I love you, it's ruining my life. I'm wondering if those are lyrics or if they're just like kind of a message that has to do with
I have a feeling they're lyrics.
Because I wrote down what songs I think they're lyrics for.
Oh, that's a good
too,
idea.
I think. So for this one I put You Don't Get to Tell Me About Sad. I feel like has to do with the Tortured Poets Department.
See, I would feel like I Love You, It's Ruining My Life because it was the first one.
It was the first one, yeah.
But that...
I mean, they could all be lyrics for the same song, too. They could literally just be the Tortured Poets Department lyrics.
I'm really interested to see if those are lyrics. I can't get a read on what this will be about.
I can't either.
The only thing I can think of when I think of this title, other than the album, is this stupid group chat that he has.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's where my mind goes. I really highly doubt it's about a group chat.
No, yeah.
But this one, I can't really quite.
I'm wondering, like, in the song, will she call herself the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department? Because she's been calling herself that.
She has been calling herself
that. But, like,
that.
will she say it in a song? Like, have the words that she's given us so far, like, are those references to lyrics? Or is she just, like, making stuff up?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? All is fair in love and poetry?
Yeah.
Is that a lyric?
Probably.
You know? I don't know.
I wonder if maybe this song will be about I could maybe see this being a little bit tongue-in-cheek of, like, her making fun of the fact that there would be a breakup album about this relationship. You know what I mean? Like almost like a blank space vibe of like she's a tortured poet and like just maybe an over dramatization could potentially be what we're seeing here. I don't know.
Yeah. I could see that.
So
totally.
I don't know. But track 3, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys.
I just can't like I just can't. This whole time I'm like I just don't know. I don't know.
I know. This one again, it's like
I think she's
What do you mean? I mean, this is where the cooking starts. This is where we're going to start.
We get into some shit.
Yeah, like shots are being fired with this track title.
Right, like it's early on too.
Yeah.
In here she's just like spilling things. I feel like this one kind of reminds me a little bit of You're Losing Me in a way because I feel like her referencing these toys that he's breaking, she's like feels like she needs to pick up the pieces or like be someone who's always putting it together, kind of like rising from the ashes, like a phoenix.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I
could see that for sure.
Where she's like, "Stop, like you're losing me." Like she's feeling broken and having to keep putting it together.
So, yes, and now that I'm sitting here thinking about this, the more you're talking, I feel like this could be very much like he says good things but does bad things. You know what I mean? Like, it's his favorite toy. He says it's his favorite. He talks about it all the time, but he doesn't treat it like it's his favorite.
Yeah. Except he didn't really talk about it all the time.
Maybe to other people, though. Like,
that's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or to her.
Yeah.
Like, he was good at saying the right thing, but when it came to doing the right thing,
fumbled. Bad.
Yeah. You know who doesn't fumble?
Broken.
football players?
Don't know. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do.
I'm just kidding. They definitely do. Side note, talking about football players, I got a really funny text message while I was in Nashville from one of the little girls I nanny. She texted me and said, "Did Taylor and Travis break up? That's what my sister just told me."
Where'd you get that from?
I texted her back and I said, "I don't know. Let me text Taylor and ask." And she said, "Okay."
I know.
So then I changed Riley's name to Taylor Swift on my phone. I had him text me. And he said, I said, "Did you and Travis break up?" She goes, "Yeah, only wanted an album out of him. Bye, Travi." And I screenshotted it and sent it to her. And then she's calling me. And I'm like, there's no way sis believes me.
Get out of here.
She didn't. She just, she wanted to call me. She thought it was funny. But she's like, goodbye. Like,
That's
what?
funny. I know, I love that. Whenever someone's like, "Oh my god," is like recently when she coughed at her show. So like, "Is Taylor sick?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me ask."
I don't know.
let me call her up. It's my favorite line to drop. Yeah, let me just call Taylor up.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, okay. Track 4, Down Bad.
Down Bad. This is giving lead single to me. I'm getting banger from this.
Yeah, I could see this being a banger.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being a banger in sound, but tragic in lyrics.
Absolutely. Yeah, like it's like the anti-hero of
like
this
it's
album, I feel like.
It's actually like sad, and like when you really think about what she's saying, you're like, shit, but
but the first couple times I hear it, I'm gonna be rocking out.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna hit me one day and be like, "Oh my god, she's
down bad.
Not doing good." Yeah.
She's down bad. Also Down Bad to me is used in a few different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes it's like it's been used in a sense of like if you're like talking to your friends, you're like, "I'm down bad. Like I like this guy a lot, but I don't want to."
Mm-hmm.
So, or is she really not doing well?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have no idea. I wrote, I think this is where "I love you, it's ruining my life" came from.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I got from that.
I could see that. I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's so weird to me because like when I read through these tracks, I really feel like they're all just gonna be like slow, sad things, except for this song. This is like the only song I get like upbeat vibes from, which is so interesting.
I get upbeat vibes from Fortnite too, and Florida.
See, if Slut told us anything about the exclamation points that she puts in tracks, Florida's gonna be like the slowest.
True. It's like an oxymoron.
Yeah,
she's exclaiming sadness.
I feel like LOML could also be pretty upbeat.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think about because she categorized them on the album into like side A, side B, side C. I know that's like probably just for the vinyl sake of it, but to have like write that out on the album.
Yeah, I do think that's kind of weird. I do think it's just for the vinyl sake, but I do think that there is. So where does side A cut off?
Side A is 1 through 4.
Okay.
Down Bad, My Boy Only Breaks Favorite Toys, Torture Pose Apartment, and Fortnite. So I think it's just 4 each.
I wonder if maybe it could be like 4, because there's also 4 bonus tracks. So I wonder.
Blessings.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sick, if anyone was wondering. I wonder if it's like 4 different. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people be like, "Oh my god, she's like grouping them into like themes," or like people won't let go of like the stages of grief thing. Like they will not let that go. And I feel like I've heard that theory. Like I've just heard so many, and I'm like, I don't know, because she did the same thing for Midnights though. It was like side A, side B or something.
Oh yeah, she did do the same thing for Midnights. I think it's probably just for the purpose of the vinyl. I don't really think
like a CD is gonna have all of them. So I don't know. It's just weird to like write it out.
I agree that it's strange, and you can't put anything past this woman. So who knows? We'll find out.
Yep.
Time will tell. That's one thing about her is we will eventually figure it out.
We'll figure it out. She'll tell us.
Yeah, exactly. True. Okay. Track 5. So Long London. This to me is the shot heard around the world. This one's gonna be rough. This I
always is. Yeah.
I think it's gonna put All Too Well to shame. Not gonna lie.
I don't know.
Not in like maybe that I think it'll be a better song, but just like I think it's gonna be cutting.
Yeah, it will be probably. I'm getting like the Archer vibes from it.
Yeah, I'm scared of this song.
I don't know. I just think that she'll be talking about how she outgrew it She doesn't really feel like she belongs there anymore.
Yeah. And I wonder if London's going to be used as a metaphor.
For just anything?
Just a person.
Some person.
Some guy.
Just like a guy.
Just a guy.
From London, maybe.
An average man, some might say. Just an average.
Yeah. I'm also just getting like slow vibes from this. I don't know.
This is definitely, I think, going to be slow. I feel like other than 1989, what track 5 is really upbeat?
You're on Your Own Kid's like not.
You're right. It's not a
that
slow song.
Slow.
Yeah.
I mean, neither is All Too Well.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a slow song. It's just so sad. So I guess I just associate it with it being. But it's not slow.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This is, I feel like, where she's going to reveal the most. Because
it's track 5, baby.
She makes it her most personal, so.
Yeah, this one's going to be rough. I'm scared. Yeah. Okay, but Daddy, I love him. I think.
I don't know. This is a toughie. It's gonna lighten the mood, I think, after track 5, because her track 6 is always like, kind of like bring us back.
Yeah,
you know.
True. I think we're definitely gonna be. I mean, we've heard from like her parents' perspective and different things in different songs, because we know how close she is with them, how much time she spends with them. I wonder if maybe Scott was never really impressed, and she was like trying to convince him.
But Daddy, is she gonna sing the word Daddy in a song?
I really kind of hope not.
Cringe a little.
I kind of hope not. I keep seeing comparisons to The Little Mermaid with this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I see it. I mean, I just.
I know. It's so. It's just tough. I don't know. I don't know what to believe, because I like the last time this happened was with Midnights, and the tracklist dropped, and I just remember like researching. People would research the different words and be like, oh, like I remember so specifically for labyrinth, in like Greek mythology, the only way out of a labyrinth was with like this gold thread, and people were immediately like, oh my god, it's gonna be like a continuation of Invisible String or like something like that, like one single thread of gold. It had nothing to do with the song, like nothing. But that would have been so perfect, you know, like looking at it like that. And but so with the Little Mermaid reference, it's like that's just almost too obvious, like this woman losing her voice to be with the man that she loves.
That's true. I wonder also, like, I could potentially see this being chronological a little bit, like telling the story of the breakup chronologically. So I wonder if we're looking at it from that perspective, So Long London, I feel like, is probably where we hit the breakup. Everything before that is kind of just like what could potentially have happened before. Then we hit the breakup with So Long London, and then I wonder if 6 could potentially be like regret, like being like, but wait, I love him. Did I make the right choice? And then I feel like
dodge a bullet or lose the love of my life.
And then I wonder if we hit Fresh Out the Slammer, and that's more of like a, oh no, I made the right choice, and I'm free, and I feel good about it, and
I'm on tour,
and
I'm at the peak of my career,
and that to me makes sense. Like if we're looking at the titles and just like, I don't know, I feel like that could be potentially.
I can see that. No, I totally can, because then the next one, Florida, that's the first weekend of shows that she does post breakup announcement, like publicly.
Yeah. And then to me, and then when I'm looking at Guilty as Sin, I wonder if that could potentially have to do with the little rat that we've heard about, and her maybe feeling a little guilty about moving on so quickly. I say that with quotes because I think that's all relative. But
yeah, I wonder why Guilty as Sin is a question.
Right.
Guilty as sin?
Question?
Who?
Me?
Like, did someone say, I don't.
The more I look at these title tracks, the more I could see this potentially being
I would love a chronological
like kind of moment. Yeah. But anyway, we can kind of go back and retouch. Fresh Out the Slammer. Have any clear thoughts about that?
Oh no, not really.
That to me is so like, sis thought she was in jail.
Yeah, that's like the immediate thought, but I
maybe
don't
not.
Want to believe it.
I don't want to believe that either. But like,
Maybe she didn't realize she was feeling locked up until she was
Till
like
she
free.
was out. Yeah.
I think that feels more likely.
Yeah.
For me.
And then Florida. I to me, I'm like, how does this not go back to Erez in some way? Like, what the hell else does Florida have to do with her life other than her being there for a tour?
Yeah.
That's literally the only thing I can think of.
What happened in Florida?
And why is she exclaiming it? I'm scared.
I just don't know.
I don't know either. And then guilty as sin.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's what I'm like. That's where that goes for me. Is like, she's feeling guilty about something, or maybe she doesn't feel guilty, or maybe she thinks she should but she doesn't, or she doesn't but thinks she should, or I don't know.
Or he was guilty
of something. Question mark.
Guilty as sin. That one's really confusing to me.
Yeah. And then who's afraid of little old me?
Us.
Everyone.
Yeah. I think this is the one that's gonna like lyrically feel like anti-hero. Just the whole like
I could see that. Self-reflecting. So like being self-aware.
Yeah. People were comparing it to the play or the movie Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. So I wrote down what happens in that play. It says, see, they name a lot of characters here, but just ignore that. In the play, Albie's characters are afraid of deeply examining their own lives and facing reality. They sing Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf numerous times in the play to distract themselves from their problems. However, at the end of the play, Martha admits that she is afraid of Virginia Woolf. I don't know who Martha is. I don't know who Virginia Woolf is, but I feel like that could, I don't know.
Yeah.
That also, like, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? I feel like that's, like, from something. Doesn't it?
It does feel familiar. I agree.
The same with, like, But Daddy, I Love Him. It has that kind of familiarity for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't, like, pinpoint it.
Who's afraid of little old me? I am. Joe should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wonder, though, if that is potentially what it's about, of, like, that, again, that tongue-in-cheek of, like, you're afraid of me, but you did this. I don't know. Who knows? But then, if we're talking chronologically again, it's, like, maybe this one doesn't fit in the chronological for me. Because I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can makes sense. It's, like, okay, that, like, after breaking up, being like, are we going to get back together? Can I fix this still? Like,
yeah.
I could see that.
I feel like that would come earlier.
True.
For sure, if it was chronological.
Or maybe she's trying to fix the rat.
Oh my gosh.
I've been seeing that on Twitter a time or two.
I feel like I Can Fix Him. Well, see, this is before I was thinking about it chronologically, but it feels like an ultimatum, kind of. You know, like she gave, or like he gave, or someone gave.
Yeah, I could see that. I do feel as though an ultimatum was held at some point.
Thinking it could, I mean, because sometimes it fixes a relationship, an ultimatum, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yep. LOML for me is just, I can't, because immediately, obviously, my mind goes to love of my life, but
yeah,
what if it's loss of my life?
Okay, if I hear one more person say, like, oh my god, it's gonna start out, she's gonna be singing Love of My Life, and then by the end it's gonna be loss
of my life. Goodbye.
Like, I mean, if she does, I will laugh.
Because to me, if it's just Love of My Life, why wouldn't it just be, like, why the acronym?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
And all I can think of is Harry.
Baby.
Yeah.
I know.
That's all I can think of.
That's the only song I got stuck in my head.
Yes.
Which, it's tough.
Have you been seeing the rumors that he's dropping a new album?
Oh yeah, this year for sure.
I'm really excited.
I hope so.
I love him.
I know, me too. Oh, god, I miss Harry.
Me too.
I miss him so much. I also feel like LOML, it's like text language. Was this like a text that was sent?
Maybe it was the last thing you said.
I mean, maybe.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. But I do feel like saying that out loud, I'm like, that's such a dumb theory. There's no way that's like.
No. Yeah, this one's a hard one.
Like, did she just not want to have the same song name as Harry Styles? She learned that with when Harry put out a song Daylight. and it was a track 5, or it was like,
Yeah. Oops.
should you want to go through that again?
Oops.
I don't know. But I was on Twitter. I said something. What did I say? That it stood for? Oh, lazy, obsolete man loser.
Yeah, I like that one. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But I wonder if maybe we will see the L changing, like what it means, like throughout the song. I know the love to loss is corny, but I do wonder if maybe there is some merit to that, and that is why it is LOML instead of love of my life. Or it could just be because she's on the same song as Harry, or who knows. I don't know. Question marks all around.
So many question marks here.
I can do it with a broken heart. I have a feeling this one's gonna be sad.
Sounds sad.
And I wonder if it's gonna be about like having to work and go out and sing these songs about somebody that you loved but no longer do.
Yeah. Or I'm thinking also like dating with a broken heart.
Yep.
You know, going back out and kind of like
putting yourself out there again.
Put yourself out there, trying to put yourself together at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like trying to convince herself that she can, even though it's like tough.
Yeah.
Because she did date someone.
It does give convincing myself. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a theme in her music in general.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I know I can do it. Like I can do it.
The little engine that could. She is the little engine that could.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smallest man who ever lived is crazy.
This is the one, I know you were saying earlier something about, I think that my boy breaks his favorite toys. Mm-hmm. This is the one I feel like he says something different in private versus in public. You know what I mean? Like that's where I kind of got that vibe. He presents himself differently, like wildly differently.
Yeah, I could see that. And I feel like he gives off like I'm better than you vibes.
Yeah.
Heavily. And whereas Taylor, I feel like that's the exact opposite of the vibe that she gives off.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Mm-hmm. This one is it's something. The smallest man who ever lived. I also feel like this one's going to be pretty cutting. And I could also, again, see this being tongue-in-cheek. Like, her making fun of him in a, like, lighthearted way.
Yeah. The title gives that.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
So.
Yeah, I just think he just doesn't see himself as small. But he makes other people feel small.
Yep. And that's why he's the smallest man who ever lived. The alchemy. So I needed to look up what the word alchemy like meant. Yeah. Like I knew it obviously had something to do with chemistry or whatever. I was like, I need to know the exact definition of this word. Mm-hmm. So
I wrote it down.
Go ahead. I don't like the definition I was reading.
Oh. It's just the process of attempting to transform base metals into gold. It could also be a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination.
Trying to turn metals into gold.
Mm-hmm. It's fascinating the way that she has so many like color references in her songs. Gold was like huge in her love songs about Joe.
Yeah.
Like,
and she was
but it's golden, and now it's like not golden. It was all fake.
It wasn't golden under the surface.
Mm-hmm.
It was just golden on the outside.
That's like a terrifying thought. Like this is the song I think that I'm like most afraid of. Wow. But this is also giving me the Labyrinth vibes. Like this is, you know what I mean? Like
right, we like it has this like could be this really strong like makes sense, and then it's like, oh, it's actually not about that at all.
Not a callback to her old lyrics at all. But like what else could it be?
I don't know. I saw some people saying this could potentially be the one song that's about Travis. But I don't think so. I don't think he made it the cut.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think so.
No, I hope not.
I hope not too.
Yeah. He can get his own album
if
he needs or whatever.
If it works out that way. Yeah.
I don't know. I also think maybe with the second definition of like this magical process of transformation, creation, or combination, like maybe she feels like she needs to now change.
Yeah.
Or something about her needs to change to like make the next thing work.
Right. Like what? Yeah, that's potentially could make sense.
Cause it's very hard to. Well, I imagine trying to turn any metal into gold is very difficult.
Yeah.
Like a really tough.
I feel like it probably doesn't work most of the time.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
Brutal. And the fact that it's like at the end,
Yeah.
toward the end of the album, is like also really scary to me.
It's crazy. And then the end of the like regular edition, the last song we have is Clairvaux. This song, there have been so many things to be said about the song. So many.
It has to be about Clairvaux. Like,
I think so. I think it's going to give Last Great American Dynasty
either
in
that,
its own way.
or she compares herself to her.
Yeah.
Or like calls herself the like new age Clairvaux or something. Like, there has to be something like that, because why else would you name a song after like a person that existed?
If they're not going to be in it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you have some stuff about her, right?
I have a little biography that I found. So after a traumatic childhood in New York City, Bo became the preeminent leading lady of Hollywood in the 1920s and one of the first sex symbols on screen. She became the original It Girl after starring in a 1927 box office smash, It. It's called It. Bo's romantic life, including her multiple broken engagements, was publicly scrutinized and served as fodder for Hollywood gossip. That, in addition to a demanding work schedule and unraveling mental health, led Bo to retire from acting in 1933. She went on to have a family with her husband of more than 30 years.
I wonder if maybe that's what it'll be about.
What, like her life?
Well, and just like she had to go through all these things, but in the end, she ended up settled down with a family and a husband.
Yeah. But she did have to give up her career. Like, she had to step out of the spotlight.
The Lakes part too.
Oh my gosh.
What if this is her retirement album?
Oh my
god.
That's what she's done. After every track list we get, everyone's like, oh my god, this is the end. Taylor has said time and time and again that she loves what she does.
I don't actually think
No, I know you're kidding. But she has said like so many times she loves this so much. And I think this is the one thing she'll always love. And like, I'm sure she wants to be in like a relationship and have a family if that's what she wants, great. But this was always like her first love. And I don't think she ever wants to give it up.
I think it will always be that.
And I think she's maybe afraid of like the public scrutiny and like of the exes and people talking is like going to drive her
to that. Yeah. Possibly.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I just know that this album is going to be an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're at the bonus tracks. The bonus tracks, all starting with the word "the," is just interesting to me.
It's really, really interesting. Let's see.
Like,
The Alchemy and The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is
also starting with "the," but
still.
And the Torture Post Department.
Yeah.
Lots of those in this album.
The manuscript.
There is nothing in my brain.
I wrote
that's what, like,
I think maybe she feels like her life is scripted in a way and she has to follow that script.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Or maybe I don't know. I lost my thought. This whole episode is just being like us being like, I don't know.
Like I literally don't know.
I don't know.
That's okay. I also wrote like this is the original where she wrote I love you, it's ruining my life on the back. Which also I realized I definitely did not assign every song those lyrics, but whatever.
Yeah.
It could be from that song. It could be
The Lord only knows. The Lord only knows.
That is between Taylor Swift and God.
At this point, yes. And Travis Kelce, apparently, because he said he heard it. Which is ridiculous, but whatever. This one, like, I can't. I don't know. This is one that I'm like, gone to my head. I don't know what to say.
All of the bonus tracks are for me.
I agree. The Bolter, all I can think about is Twitter, the picture of her, like him, like dragging her ass into the car. That's the only thing I can think of. And I wonder, the Bolter to me, I'm like, okay, maybe he ran from things. Like when they had problems, he just was an avoider. I could see, or maybe she's an avoider.
Maybe she, yeah.
Either way, I could see that. Kind of makes sense. Like,
I wrote down the surprise song she played after announcing the Bolter was Red and You're Losing Me. So I don't know. I don't know if like, these songs are like a hint to the thing, but she announced it and then played those on piano. So
I'm scared.
That was like the most lethal combination of songs for me. So if this has anything to do with it, I mean, listen, that's terrifying. I just see bunnies now because that's what everyone's been talking about.
Scary. Okay, the albatross.
Am I allowed to cry?
Yeah, babe, you are. I'm gonna cry too.
She sang White Horse and Coney Island after she announced this one.
Yeah, and then they were like tracing stuff back between Albatross and Coney Island, right?
Yeah, it was the Albatross was a hotel that burned down on Coney Island.
Wow.
I think, or started a fire or something like that.
Sometimes I'm like, does the universe just work out for her, or does she know these things?
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to know. I really would. Because the fact that she sang Coney Island right after that kind of makes me feel like it was a hint to it, but then there's like the whole an albatross is a bird. Like, where does that
I don't know.
Soaring, flying,
running. And I do think it's interesting, like the animal of it all, like the bolter's tied to the bunny, the albatross is a bird, and then the black dog obviously
is a dog.
But the manuscript doesn't have an animal. I don't know.
She's the animal.
Sometimes she is.
Yeah. The manuscript feels like has the same vibe as like every other track title we've ever gotten. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like this album, I feel like hearing the tracks, we were like, holy crap, this is so different from everything. Whereas like the manuscript is just one of those songs where it's like we get the track list, we're like, oh, okay. Like for Midnights, we got like Maroon. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So now it's like the manuscript, it's like, okay.
That fits in.
There's no speculating here because it quite literally, it's like a word.
It's a word, yeah. The black dog is is the weirdest one for me, I think.
I like the idea of the way it's a metaphor for depression. I think that is going to be the most likely.
Wonder if each of these songs is going to be attributed to an emotion that she felt.
Yeah.
Well, not that depression is an emotion, but I don't know.
The Black Dog is also a pub in London. I don't know if it's relevant or if she's been there, but I saw someone point that out. But the songs she sang after this one were Clean and Evermore. So I think that's a very like
Jesus.
Yeah. As like an end to the album.
It makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep going back to the black dog being like a metaphor for depression and maybe feeling like black dog is gone.
Potentially.
I just keep thinking of Sirius Black, if I'm being honest. I can't stop.
I know.
I kept calling it the big black dog. In my head, that was like the title for a couple hours for me.
I think of all of the ones, that one is the strangest to me.
Out of all the songs.
Yes.
Or out of all the bonus tracks.
Yes. Out of all the songs. The black dog doesn't. I'm like, where do you come from? Genuinely. And again, like, is she going to sing the words black dog?
Like, yeah. I mean, she did sing Karma as a cat, so.
Yeah, but that is on brand. Dogs are not on brand.
I know. It is weird for her to acknowledge the fact that dogs exist.
One of my favorite moments in life is in the Miss Americana documentary thing, whatever, when they're on the plane and her mom's dog is with them, and you can just see her being like,
that is a massive dog too.
Her mom's dog is huge. So funny. She's like, you can tell she like likes it because she likes animals and cares about creatures, but just like she's just like,
she's just not a dog person
just
at all.
Keep it away. And I relate on a spiritual level to that.
Can't relate. I love dogs so much.
Well, okay, black dog. I'm gonna start calling you.
Was this the one that was announced on Singapore Night 2?
Yes.
Instead
also
of Night
weird.
1? Like, do we think that has anything to do with anything?
I don't know. That whole thing was weird about how they went live and then nothing happened.
And sang Reputation songs and then left. Meeting is adjourned. What do you mean? It could have been an email for this one. I just don't get it.
I'm speechless.
And everyone's like, oh, she forgot.
like Taylor Swift doesn't forget. She doesn't forget.
Like, was there genuinely like technical difficulties or something?
Potentially.
Like, Was someone in her ear last minute being like, we can't do it? Or did she just want to like...
That's between her and the Lord.
That is between her and the Lord and the person in her ear at the show. Probably.
Because we don't know. And it's weird. And
could it have just been an Easter egg for Reputation? I mean, I know that she loves to just tell us Reputation's next and like tease us.
I think she thinks it's funny at this point.
She does. That's what I mean. Like, did she go live for that reason?
And I also think the 2 thing, again, she thinks is funny. Like her doing the peace sign at that last Singapore show. Like, I think she thinks it's funny.
But
she's trolling. She's trolling you all. She's trolling you.
I don't know. I'm falling for it. I don't know what it means. I haven't even heard a theory that
I'm
makes
just
sense.
telling you right now, if I see the word double album somewhere one more time, I'm going to jump. I'm seriously going to lose it. The double album theory is not happening. This woman is a talent. She is a musician. She's an artist. But at the end of the day, she is a businesswoman. And a double album, business-wise, makes no sense.
But I wouldn't put it past her. I really wouldn't, because she gave like Midnight's 7 extra tracks. That's like a whole EP.
Yeah, it is. But it's not a double album. And it's still
it's
under
close.
one name. That she wants every album she has to go number 1. You can't have 2 go number 1 if you drop 2 at the same time.
But if they're part of the same album, like it could be like...
it'll be the same name. She's not going to drop like this whole like, oh, we're going to get this and Reputation the same night. No, we're not. That's not happening.
No, I don't see that happening. I think I like the 2 theory being she's giving us a live album the day that the tour goes on streaming.
But even, okay, that I could potentially get on board for. And I would love
like
that.
I don't think it has to do with the album. It could just be 2 for something else.
2 for something else, yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
But there's like a lot of hype around it because there's an album coming out. So everyone's going to immediately associate it with the new album.
Yeah.
And just like run with it.
Who knows? Again, it's between her and the Lord. Oh.
I really don't know.
I don't know either. So this album...
Take a shot every time we say I don't know.
No, you will be in the hospital. Dead serious.
I'm dead.
I'm all dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. So essentially, we just told you we didn't know for the last 40 minutes.
But you know what?
And I hope you enjoyed it.
I doubt you have any other thoughts.
My question is, I feel like we may be the only people on the earth that can talk 40 minutes about something we don't know.
We're just reading the tracklist names and we're like, wow, this one's going to cut. This is going to be devastating.
This is the one.
But I don't know what it's about. I don't know. Like,
I don't know if a coherent thought was said in this entire thing, but
it is what it is.
My cat just gave her input. If you heard that,
that was loud and clear.
Yeah, she let you know what she thought. She said she talked to Olivia. She knows everything.
Wait, did you see Taylor Nation posted, I think yesterday, the video of Benji? And they were like, it was Taylor being like, you're getting 2 sisters. So everyone thinks that it's the 3rd album in the trilogy of Folklore and Evermore because they're sister albums.
Go away. Go away.
Or it's like,
I think, you know what I think? I think Joe's gonna drop the 3rd album. He's the brother. 2 sisters and the brother. He's coming. Joe's dropping the album. That's my theory. I'm gonna put it on TikTok. It's gonna be called...
I will block you.
What's it called? What was it? What was the rumors that it was going to be called? Woodville. Goodbye. All right. I think that's all we have for you today.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote.
We'll talk about the real album in a month.
Yes, we will. We'll be talking about that album for a long time, so get ready.
Probably.
All right. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.